Jaishankar, principals, students, teachers, parents, anybody else I can't see out there in the dark. It's a great pleasure to be with all of you today. I know it's a very special occasion. All graduations are very special, but I know this one is the first graduation of the CBSE class, so it's particularly special for the school. So my congratulations, my best wishes. But the stars for today are really the students, the graduating students, and it's really they who deserve our attention, our support, our good wishes. Now, once upon a time, I too was in a similar position, more years ago than I care to remember. And I was trying to remember the best I could what I probably felt like at that point of time. And I think if I were truthful, I would probably say I was quite happy to leave school, not because I had anything against my school, but the prospect of moving on to college was so exciting that the dominant sort of feeling was, I'm getting out of this place and moving on to something bigger, hopefully better. Now, schools are very peculiar things. When you are in school, you sort of are dominated by teachers who bug you, by stuff you didn't do, by the restrictions of the environment. And with time, actually, it sort of becomes kinder, nicer, more nostalgic. I still pass my school every time I drive from my home in Delhi to Palam Airport. And it sort of slowly acquires a kind of golden aura, these were your good years. But in a more practical sense also, you start remembering those teachers who drill something into you, and at some point of time you say, I really got value from that person. Schools also teach you other skills. In my current job, it's very important to go to meetings and sit with your eyes open and your mind wandering. And I'm sure most of you have learned that by the time you graduate. You sometimes come in completely unprepared because you forgot what you were supposed to do. You size up the situation in 30 seconds and just ad-lib your way through it the best you can. Probably there are others in the room who know that you're doing this, but they're too polite to call your bluff. But these are all very basic management skills, life survival skills you pick up, which serve you very well. But I actually want to sort of give my remarks a more serious note. And when I look at what's changed between when I graduated and when you are, there are the obvious things which have changed. You have computers, we didn't have it then. You probably have hopefully more understanding parents than we had. You have more choices than we had when I graduated. If you didn't want to be a doctor or an engineer, you're clearly an idiot. There were more restrictions at that time. I think less imagination at that time. But I think what's really changed in a curious way is actually in the name of your school. What has changed is India is global. India is global in the sense you have actually an Indian school outside India. Indians are all over the place. So just in terms of the space that India occupies, it's actually become global, which wasn't so many years ago. And that will make a big difference to you, because I think when you think of your future, you will not think of it the way I would have thought of it 38 years ago. Secondly, India has become more international. And the difference between global and international is global, you are there, you're occupying space in the globe. But international is a kind of, the world has also got into you. So your attitudes are very different, you're much more understanding of other cultures, you're much more confident of handling the world. And I think the sense I have really is, I really envy all of you today who are graduating, that you're graduating really from a more global India into a more international culture. The fact that you are graduating from Singapore itself is a huge plus. So apart from my good wishes, there is a lot of envy, admiration, and you know, I would in many ways perhaps have done a lot to change places with you. So my final thought is, having spent your critical years in school in Singapore, I do hope something of Singapore has rubbed off onto you, because the India that is changing today does require a lot of values and traits which have made Singapore what Singapore has become. When you do go out, I do hope you carry some of the good traits of Singapore with you. So once again, my good wishes to all of you and my special congratulations to the school. Thank you very much.